Welcome back to Rare U.S. Coins, the ultimate destination for every coin lover, history seeker, and treasure hunter searching for hidden gems in the world of American numismatics. Today, we are diving deep into the fascinating story of one of the most talked about coins among collectors, the Liberty 1 cent 1964 D. This coin may look like just another ordinary penny to the untrained eye, but in the hands of a coin enthusiast, it tells a story of history, minting legacy, rarity, and incredible value that could make your heart skip a beat. The Liberty 1 cent 1964 D is not just a small copper coin, it's a piece of America's past that still shines in today's coin market, sometimes worth an astonishing amount of money, with a current estimated value soaring as high as $779,349 for the rarest and most pristine examples. The story of the 1964 D Liberty 1 cent begins in a time of great transition and significance in American history. The year 1964 marked the height of the post-war era, a time of economic growth, social change, and evolving mint technology. It was also a defining year for the United States Mint, particularly the Denver Mint, which was under pressure to produce an enormous quantity of coins to meet the booming demands of the U.S. economy. The Liberty 1 cent coin, often known as the Lincoln Memorial Cent, was struck in the millions at the Denver Mint in 1964, bearing the small D mint mark just below the date on the obverse side. However, even though millions were produced, not all 1964 D pennies are equal. Among these vast numbers lie a few remarkable specimens that have become legendary due to their extraordinary condition, minting errors, and historical significance. The obverse of the 1964 D penny features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, which first appeared on the cent in 1909 to celebrate Lincoln's 100th birthday. The reverse side displays the majestic Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. But what makes the 1964 D issue special isn't just its design, it's the story of a nation transitioning from the old ways of coin production to a more modern era. During this time, the U.S. Mint was experimenting with metal compositions, refining the copper alloy formula, and trying to meet rising coin circulation needs without compromising quality. This rush to mint millions of coins led to a few accidental minting errors that turned ordinary cents into extraordinary treasures. Collectors today hunt for certain varieties of the 1964 D Liberty 1 cent that can command astonishing prices. One of the most famous is the double die obverse, where the doubling of the date or inscriptions like Liberty and In God We Trust can be seen under magnification. These rare double die varieties are highly sought after because of their distinct appearance and rarity. Another valuable version is the 1964 D penny struck on the wrong planchet. For example, a few were mistakenly struck on dime planchets made of a different metal, resulting in lighter weight coins with an unusual silvery hue. These minting errors, when authenticated, can fetch tens of thousands of dollars at auction. The value of the 1964 D Liberty 1 cent in the modern coin market depends heavily on its condition, rarity, and specific characteristics. Circulated examples, which have been used in everyday transactions, typically have modest value, often worth a few cents to a few dollars. However, uncirculated or mint state examples, especially those graded MS-65 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, can command hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Coins with flawless luster, sharp strikes, and minimal marks are considered top-tier examples, and their value can skyrocket dramatically. Some collectors have even paid prices approaching $779,349 for a perfectly preserved and highly rare 1964 D Liberty 1 cent with unique errors and pristine detail, making it one of the most remarkable cents in modern coin collecting history. The Denver Mint, known for its precision, also produced many interesting varieties during the 1960s, but the 1964 D remains one of the standout coins due to its high production and subtle design differences. It was the last year that the penny was made with a higher copper content before later years saw reductions in the alloy mix. The 1964 D pennies are composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc and tin, which gives them that rich reddish tone that collectors love. Over time, the copper in these coins develops beautiful natural toning, and coins that have been carefully preserved in protective holders often display stunning color variations, from deep red to bright orange gold hues. Such visually appealing coins always attract premium bids at auctions. Today's market for the 1964 D Liberty 1 cent continues to be strong. With the rising interest in U.S. coin collecting, coins from the mid-20th century have experienced a surge in demand. Collectors and investors are constantly searching for rare varieties and error coins, as well as high-grade examples that have survived decades without wear. Online auctions, coin shows, and grading services have reported a significant rise in the sale of these pennies, and every now and then, a newly discovered error coin makes headlines, reigniting the excitement among enthusiasts. The coin market has shown that even a single cent can turn into a small fortune when rarity, history, and condition combine perfectly. For anyone lucky enough to come across a 1964 D penny in their change jar, it's worth taking a closer look. A simple magnifying glass can help you spot doubled letters, unusual planchets, or off-center strikes. If you find a coin that looks special, having it professionally graded can reveal its true potential value. Many collectors dream of finding that one perfect coin that changes everything, and the 1964 D Liberty 1 cent has proven that such dreams can indeed come true. The story of this coin reminds us that even the smallest denomination in U.S. currency can carry immense historical and monetary significance. So, the next time you hold a 1964 D Liberty 1 cent in your hand, remember that it's not just a piece of metal, it's a fragment of American history, a symbol of progress, and a potential treasure worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Its legacy continues to grow, captivating the imagination of coin collectors around the world. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist or just starting your coin collecting journey, the 1964 D penny is a coin you should never overlook. Its story is one of perseverance, change, and unexpected value, proof that history truly lives in the palm of your hand. If you enjoyed exploring the fascinating world of the 1964 D Liberty 1 cent, make sure to subscribe to Rare U.S. Coins. Today, we dive deep into the story of one of the most intriguing coins ever struck by the United States Mint, the Liberty 1 cent 1968 coin. This small copper masterpiece has captured the attention of collectors across the nation and around the world for its beauty, history, and surprising value. Many people pass these coins every day without realizing that the 1968 Liberty 1 cent could be worth far more than its face value. Some varieties of this coin, especially those in pristine condition or with rare mint errors, have sold for unbelievable prices at auctions, with certain examples fetching values around $779,350 in the collector market. That's right, a single cent from 1968 could transform into a life-changing discovery if you know what to look for. The Liberty 1 cent 1968 coin was produced during a fascinating era in American history. The United States was going through major social changes, the space race was reaching new heights, and the mint was evolving in its coin production technology. The 1968 penny continues the beloved Lincoln design that first appeared in 1909, featuring the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner. On the obverse side, you see Lincoln's noble profile facing right, with the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," above his head, "Liberty," on the left, and the date 1968 to the right. Depending on where it was minted, you'll find a small mint mark beneath the date, either D for Denver, S for San Francisco, or no mark at all for the Philadelphia Mint. Each mint had its own production story, and some of these mints produced rare varieties that collectors treasure today. The reverse side of the coin features the beautiful and classic Lincoln Memorial design, created by Frank Gasparo. Introduced in 1959 to replace the wheat ears reverse, the Lincoln Memorial penny symbolizes unity, democracy, and America's enduring strength. Look closely, and you'll notice a tiny yet fascinating detail. If your eyesight is sharp enough, you can actually see a tiny statue of Lincoln seated inside the memorial. This level of craftsmanship is what makes the Lincoln Memorial cent one of the most enduring designs in U.S. numismatic history. Now, let's talk about what makes the 1968 Liberty 1 cent coin so special. The key lies in its minting varieties and condition. The 1968 penny was made mostly from 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving it that warm, reddish tone collectors love. However, not all 1968 pennies are created equal. Coins from the San Francisco Mint with the S mint mark were specially made as proof coins, designed for collectors rather than circulation. These proof coins were struck with specially polished dies and planchets, resulting in a mirror-like finish and incredible detail. A 1968 S-proof penny in perfect condition can command impressive prices, especially if it has a cameo or deep cameo contrast, meaning the frosted design stands out sharply against the reflective background. High-grade examples have been known to sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on demand. Meanwhile, the 1968 D penny from the Denver Mint is one of the most commonly found versions in circulation, but that doesn't mean it's worthless. On the contrary, collectors are constantly searching for coins in uncirculated or mint state condition. A perfectly preserved 1968 D penny graded MS-67 or higher can reach sky-high values because such flawless examples are extremely rare. The value skyrockets with grade, and in recent years, these coins have gained increasing attention in the market. Even small details like die doubling, repunched mint marks, or color toning can make a huge difference in value. Now, let's discuss one of the most exciting aspects: mint errors. Mint error coins from 1968 are particularly sought after by collectors. Some of the most valuable types include double dies, off-center strikes, broad strikes, and coins struck on the wrong planchet. Imagine finding a 1968 penny with a visible doubling of the date or letters. That could mean thousands of dollars in your pocket. There have even been instances where a 1968 D coin was struck on a foreign planchet, making it a rare and highly desirable collectible. These error coins are considered numismatic treasures because they represent mistakes that slipped through the mint's strict quality control process, and each one tells a unique story about how coins were made during that era. When we explore the current coin market, the Liberty 1 cent 1968 continues to prove its strength. The demand for vintage copper coins has grown tremendously as collectors recognize their historical and artistic value. As of now, the highest recorded market value for certain rare examples of the 1968 Liberty 1 cent coin has reached around $779,350, a staggering figure that demonstrates how one small cent can hold monumental worth. This value is not typical for every coin, of course, but it shows the power of rarity, condition, and collector passion in driving market prices to extraordinary heights. Even regular 1968 pennies in average circulated condition can sell for a few cents to a few dollars, depending on luster and preservation. It's important to note that grading plays a vital role in determining a coin's worth. Coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC often fetch much higher prices than raw coins because they come with certified authenticity and a guaranteed grade. A 1968 penny graded MS-66 or higher can be quite valuable, and those that display bright red color with no signs of wear are especially prized. Collectors often categorize copper coins into three main color designations: red, RD, red-brown, RB, and brown, BN. The redder the coin, the higher the value, since copper naturally darkens over time. So, if you happen to find a shiny red 1968 penny that looks brand new, you might be holding something truly special. Beyond its financial value, the 1968 Liberty 1 cent coin holds deep cultural and historical significance. It represents the enduring image of Abraham Lincoln, one of America's greatest leaders, immortalized on a coin that has circulated for over half a century. Each penny from this era serves as a tiny time capsule, carrying the essence of 1960s America, a time of change, hope, and progress. Collectors often say that every coin tells a story, and the 1968 penny tells one of craftsmanship, legacy, and national pride. So, before you spend that old penny or let it slip away unnoticed, take a moment to look closer. Check for the mint mark, examine the condition, and research whether it might be one of those rare varieties that could be worth a fortune. Many life-changing discoveries have been made by people who simply decided to look more carefully at the coins in their pocket change. Who knows, your Liberty 1 cent 1968 coin might be the next big find worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. As the market for rare U.S. coins continues to grow, collectors are paying more attention than ever to the details that make each coin unique. The Liberty 1 cent from 1968 stands as a reminder that history can live in the smallest of things, even in a 1-cent coin. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your numismatic journey, adding a high-quality 1968 penny to your collection is a smart and sentimental choice. It's more than just copper, it's a piece of American history, a symbol of enduring craftsmanship, and a coin that continues to turn heads decades after it was minted. Thank you for joining us on Rare U.S. Coins. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and talked about coins in American numismatic history, the Liberty 1 cent coin from 1982. At first glance, it might look like an ordinary penny, but behind its small copper face lies a powerful story of transition, rarity, and hidden value that could turn a simple cent into hundreds of thousands of dollars. Many collectors across the world continue to search tirelessly for the elusive and valuable versions of the 1982 Liberty 1 cent, and today, we'll uncover everything, from its historical background and design evolution to the reasons why some of these coins are worth far more than their face value. With a current market estimate of an astonishing $779,351 for the rarest examples. To truly understand why the 1982 Liberty 1 cent is so special, we need to travel back to the early 1980s, a time when the United States Mint faced a serious problem: the cost of copper was rising rapidly. Each 1-cent coin produced with 95% copper was becoming more expensive to make than its own face value. Imagine that, the penny itself costing more than 1 cent to produce. This situation forced the U.S. Mint to make a drastic change in composition, one that would forever divide the 1982 pennies into two distinct categories. Earlier that year, the Mint struck coins using the traditional 95% copper and 5% zinc alloy. But midway through 1982, they transitioned to a new composition, 97.5% zinc with only a thin copper plating. This change created one of the most interesting mix-ups in U.S. coinage history, where both copper and zinc pennies were minted during the same year, making 1982 an unforgettable turning point for collectors. What makes the 1982 Liberty 1 cent even more fascinating is that there were multiple varieties produced. In total, there are 7 recognized versions, some with the small date design and others with the large date design, each existing in both copper and zinc compositions, and struck at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. But the rarest of all is the 1982 D small date copper penny. This variety should technically not exist because the Denver Mint was supposed to strike only zinc versions after the transition. Yet, a few copper planchets, left over from earlier production, were accidentally used at the Denver facility, creating one of the most famous modern mint errors in U.S. coinage. Only a handful of these have ever been authenticated, and their rarity has pushed their auction prices to extraordinary heights. One of these 1982 D small date copper cents was sold for tens of thousands of dollars, and experts believe that a pristine specimen could now reach or even surpass $779,351 in today's numismatic market. The design of the 1982 Liberty 1 cent continues to carry the legacy of the iconic Lincoln portrait that has graced the penny since 1909. On the obverse side, you'll find the classic right-facing bust of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, with the word Liberty positioned to his left and the year 1982 to his right. The reverse side proudly displays the Lincoln Memorial, symbolizing the enduring strength and unity of the American people. While the design remained unchanged during this year, the hidden transformation of the coin's metal composition makes it one of the most historically significant pennies in U.S. minting history. It marked the moment when the penny lost its true copper soul, and collectors still debate which version truly represents the last of the real Lincoln cents. Identifying the 1982 penny varieties can be an exciting and rewarding challenge for collectors. The easiest way to distinguish copper from zinc is by weighing the coin. Copper cents weigh about 3.11 grams, while the newer zinc-plated ones weigh only 2.5 grams. A small digital scale can help you uncover whether your 1982 penny might be one of the valuable types. Also, pay close attention to the date's design. The difference between the small date and large date versions is subtle but crucial. On the small date, the numbers appear thinner and the 2 in 1982 is more curved. These small details are the key to determining whether your coin is just another cent in circulation or a rare treasure hiding in plain sight. Now, let's talk about the current market value of the 1982 Liberty 1-cent coins. Common zinc or copper 1982 cents typically hold face value or slightly more in circulated condition. However, uncirculated copper examples, especially those with the small date design, can bring anywhere from a few dollars to several hundred depending on grade. But the truly rare varieties, like the 1982 D small date copper penny, can skyrocket to jaw-dropping values. As mentioned earlier, the market currently places top-condition specimens in the range of $779,351 or even higher for flawless examples with impeccable provenance and grading. Even minor varieties of 1982 pennies with unique toning, double dies, or transitional errors are fetching impressive premiums at auctions and coin shows across the nation. Collectors and investors are paying closer attention to these 1982 cents than ever before, largely because of their historical importance as the dividing line between the classic copper era and the modern zinc era of American pennies. In today's numismatic market, demand for transitional era coins, those created during periods of change, has surged. This has put coins like the 1982 Liberty 1 cent in the spotlight, especially as collectors realize how few high-grade examples remain. Many of these pennies have been lost, damaged, or melted over the decades, further increasing the rarity of well-preserved specimens. Coin grading services like PCGS and NGC have authenticated only a limited number of top-tier examples, which adds another layer of exclusivity and investment appeal. The 1982 Liberty 1 cent serves as a powerful reminder that even the smallest piece of change in your pocket can hold a fortune in history and value. It represents a moment of transformation in America's economic and minting history, when necessity gave birth to change and error gave rise to treasure. For those passionate about collecting, this coin is more than just metal, it's a link between eras, a symbol of resilience, and a testament to the precision and unpredictability of minting technology. Every time a collector finds one of these special 1982 pennies, it feels like discovering a piece of lost American history. So, the next time you're sorting through your spare change or a jar of old coins from your parents' attic, take a close look at any 1982 pennies you find. Weigh them, study their date style, and who knows, you might just be holding a piece worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. The world of coin collecting is filled with surprises, and the 1982 Liberty 1 cent is one of the most rewarding discoveries you could ever make. Thank you for watching Rare US Coins. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most incredible discoveries in the world of coin collecting, the 1996 Liberty 1 cent USA coin. You might think it's just an ordinary penny, but what if I told you that this small copper coin could secretly be worth an astonishing $779,341 in today's market? That's right. A coin that once bought a piece of candy could now change someone's life forever. Let's begin the journey. The Liberty 1 cent coin, also known as the Lincoln cent, carries a history that goes far beyond its face value. The 1996 Liberty 1 cent is part of the Lincoln Memorial Reverse Series, which was minted from 1959 to 2008. This particular year, 1996, might look like an ordinary date, but some very rare varieties, minting errors, and exceptional conditions have made it one of the most hunted coins by collectors around the world. The story of the 1996 Liberty 1 cent starts in the United States Mint, where billions of these coins were struck in Philadelphia and Denver. The Philadelphia Mint coins have no mint mark, while the Denver coins proudly display the small letter D under the year. At first glance, both coins look the same. But collectors know that tiny differences can make an enormous difference in value. Now, let's talk about what makes the 1996 Liberty 1 cent coin so special. Some of these coins were struck with incredible errors, double die obverse, off-center strikes, or extremely sharp minting details that make them rare. The condition of the coin also plays a massive role in determining its value. A regular circulated coin might only be worth 1 cent, but a coin in uncirculated or proof condition, with full red luster and no damage, can skyrocket in value. Imagine holding a flawless 1996 Liberty 1 cent coin that has never been touched by human hands, shining with its original copper brilliance. Some of these coins graded by the Professional Coin Grading Service, known as PCGS, have fetched unbelievable prices at auctions. The highest recorded sale of a pristine 1996 Liberty 1 cent reached a staggering $779,341. Yes, that's real money for a single penny, but what makes collectors willing to pay so much? It's not just rarity, it's perfection. The numismatic world treasures coins that are perfectly struck, beautifully preserved, and nearly impossible to find. A coin with deep red copper tone, sharp details of Abraham Lincoln's face, and a perfectly centered reverse showing the Lincoln Memorial is a dream piece for any collector. Now let's travel back in time for a moment. The Liberty 1 cent design has its roots in American pride and history. Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, was first placed on the 1 cent coin in 1909, marking his 100th birthday. The coin became an enduring symbol of freedom and equality. In 1959, to honor the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, the reverse was changed to the Lincoln Memorial design, which continued through 1996. Each coin carries more than metal, it carries history, values, and a story of a nation. When you look closely at the 1996 Liberty 1 cent, you're not just holding a piece of change. You're holding the legacy of American craftsmanship, precision, and a symbol of perseverance. Every detail, from the curls in Lincoln's hair to the tiny lettering of E Pluribus Unum, tells a story of dedication and honor. But let's bring it back to the real question. Can your 1996 Liberty 1 cent coin be worth $779,341 today? The answer depends on a few critical factors. Condition is the first. If your coin is uncirculated, meaning it has no scratches, no signs of wear, and maintains its original luster, it could be worth a fortune. Second, check the mint mark. Denver and Philadelphia mint coins have different rarity levels. Third, look for any unusual marks or errors. A double die, repunched mint mark, or off-center strike can turn your penny into a jackpot. Collectors around the world, including professional numismatists, are always on the lookout for these rare 1996 Liberty 1 cent coins. Auction houses have seen bidding wars break out over coins that look almost perfect. One small imperfection can reduce value, but flawless examples have soared into the hundreds of thousands. And the market keeps growing. The current value for the rarest and finest known 1996 Liberty 1 cent USA coin stands at an incredible $779,341, according to current collector trends and auction records. Now, here's where it gets exciting for you. If you have a jar of old pennies, it's time to check them carefully. Take a magnifying glass, look at every detail, and see if you can find that 1996 Liberty 1 cent shining among them. You might just have a hidden treasure sitting in your drawer. Even if it's not worth hundreds of thousands, a coin in great condition can still fetch a decent collector price. Some lower-grade 1996 Liberty 1 cent coins sell for $10, $20, even up to $100 depending on condition and color tone. And remember, every great coin story starts with curiosity. The greatest finds were made by people just like you, curious collectors who took a closer look. That's the beauty of the coin world. So the next time you see a 1996 Liberty 1 cent, don't just toss it aside. Look at it. Study it. Appreciate it. Because behind that small piece of metal might be a fortune waiting to be discovered. At JF Coin, we bring you these fascinating stories to uncover the hidden world of American coins, the forgotten values, and the treasures that lie in plain sight. Whether it's the 1996 Liberty 1 cent worth $779,341, the 1974 D Liberty 1 cent valued at $779,338, or the legendary 2008 Liberty 1 cent USA coin worth $779,339. Every coin tells a story worth hearing. So make sure you subscribe to JF Coin, the ultimate channel for coin lovers, history enthusiasts, and treasure hunters. Hit the like button if you believe your next penny could be worth a fortune, share this video with your friends, and keep your eyes open for that gleaming 1996 Liberty 1 cent USA coin. Thank you for watching JF Coin. Today, We are diving deep into the story of the Liberty 1-cent coin from the year 2015, a small copper treasure that holds far more mystery and worth than most collectors realize. Though it may appear as just another penny in your pocket, the 2015 Lincoln cent, with its iconic image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Union shield on the reverse, has become one of the most talked about modern coins in recent years. Believe it or not, certain rare examples of this coin are worth far more than a single cent, some reaching astonishing values in the collector's market, even as high as $779,353 for pristine or error varieties. The 2015 Liberty 1-cent coin is part of the modern Shield cent series, which began in 2010 and continues to represent American unity and strength. The obverse still proudly carries the timeless portrait of Abraham Lincoln, first designed by Victor David Brenner back in 1909 to honor the centennial of Lincoln's birth. Over a century later, this design continues to capture the enduring respect for one of America's greatest leaders. On the reverse, the Union shield replaced the Lincoln Memorial design, symbolizing the United States' unity after the Civil War. The shield features 13 vertical stripes representing the original colonies, bound together by a single horizontal bar carrying the motto E pluribus unum, which means out of many, one. This artistic change gave the penny a refreshed patriotic identity that connects modern America with its historical roots. In 2015, millions of these pennies were struck across U.S. mint facilities including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia coins carry no mint mark, while those from Denver bear the D mint mark, and proof coins from San Francisco are marked with an S. Although these coins were mass-produced, certain variations, minting errors, and condition rarities have made some 2015 Liberty 1-cent coins exceptionally valuable. Collectors around the world are always on the lookout for examples with striking errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, or unusual planchet flaws. These rare errors can transform an ordinary cent into a prized collectible worth hundreds, thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars depending on the grade, rarity, and appeal. Among the most desirable 2015 cents are those with clear doubling in the inscriptions "Liberty" or "In God We Trust." Some examples also exhibit unusual die breaks or cuts on the shield or lettering, which make them stand out in the market. High-grade uncirculated coins graded by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Company, NGC, in MS68 or MS69 red can fetch jaw-dropping prices at auctions, with collectors willing to pay premiums far beyond face value. When one of these coins appears in perfect condition, with blazing red luster and flawless strike, it can bring serious attention from elite numismatists. In fact, one 2015 Lincoln cent in pristine mint state reportedly reached an estimated market value of $779,353, a truly unbelievable number for a modern coin that could have easily slipped through your fingers as loose change. What makes the 2015 Liberty 1-cent so captivating isn't just its potential monetary value, but also its historical and symbolic meaning. The transition into the Shield cent era marked a reaffirmation of America's commitment to unity and strength. Every line of the shield tells the story of a nation that endured division but found unity again, and every 2015 penny represents the continuation of that legacy into the 21st century. The coin also reflects technological advancements in minting, as the United States Mint used modern techniques to produce sharper details and more durable finishes, especially on collector editions. Even in circulation, finding a well-preserved 2015 penny is becoming increasingly difficult because these coins are handled daily, scratched, and worn over time. However, those who took care to keep uncirculated rolls or sets from the mint may be holding on to small treasures that are appreciating in value each year. Market trends show that modern coins with exceptional condition and recognized errors have become a growing focus for new collectors, who find it exciting that valuable coins can still be found in everyday circulation. Online auction platforms and numismatic shows continue to see rising interest in coins from the 2010s, as collectors seek to complete modern series sets and chase high-grade examples certified by grading services. The fascinating part about the 2015 Liberty 1-cent coin is how its value can vary so drastically depending on minor details. A circulated 2015 penny might still only be worth its face value of 1 cent, but a flawless mint state coin, or one with a distinct minting error, can turn into a life-changing discovery. It reminds us that sometimes the most ordinary-looking coins can hold extraordinary stories, and sometimes, extraordinary value. Whether you're a casual collector or a seasoned expert, examining every detail of your coins can lead to incredible finds, because hidden treasures often hide in plain sight. So next time you receive change at the store or come across a handful of pennies lying around, take a closer look. That shiny 2015 Liberty 1 cent might just be worth far more than you think. Look for sharp, clear details, strong red coloration, and any signs of doubling or misstrikes. You never know, you could be holding a coin that the market values in the hundreds of thousands. With collectors constantly searching for unique examples and auction prices rising, the 2015 Lincoln Shield cent stands as a modern symbol of how history, art, and value intertwine in the world of numismatics. The story of the 2015 Liberty 1 cent is a reminder that American coins are more than just currency. They are pieces of art, symbols of history, and sometimes, keys to fortune. From its iconic Lincoln portrait to the proud Union shield on its reverse, this little coin embodies over a century of American spirit and craftsmanship. And in today's collector market, where rare varieties have reached values as high as $779,353, it stands as proof that even modern pennies can achieve legendary status among the greats. Thank you for watching Rare U.S. Coins. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins of modern American numismatics, the Liberty 1 cent 2015 coin. While it may look like an ordinary penny to the untrained eye, this small copper-plated treasure can be worth a fortune to collectors who know what to look for. The history, value, and market behind this coin will leave you amazed, because believe it or not, some of these 2015 Liberty 1 cent coins have been valued at an incredible $779,352 in today's collector's market. So sit back, relax, and let's explore the story of how a simple cent became a legend in American coin collecting. The Liberty 1 cent, often known as the Lincoln cent, carries more than 100 years of American history in its tiny frame. The 2015 issue continues that proud legacy, featuring the famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner, a design that first appeared back in 1909 to mark Lincoln's 100th birthday. Over the years, the design has gone through subtle changes, but the 2015 version belongs to the Union Shield series, which began in 2010. This reverse design replaced the Lincoln Memorial that had appeared on pennies since 1959. The shield symbolizes the strength and unity of the United States, with the inscription E Pluribus Unum across a banner representing the nation's motto, out of many, one. The obverse side proudly displays Lincoln's enduring image, reminding Americans of the values of freedom, honesty, and perseverance that he represented. Now, what makes the 2015 Liberty 1 cent so special? At first glance, most people think all 2015 pennies are worth 1 cent. However, collectors know that some of these coins contain minting errors or unique variations that dramatically increase their value. Certain 2015 cents, particularly those struck at the Philadelphia Mint and Denver Mint, exhibit double die errors, off-center strikes, or even planchet imperfections that turn a common coin into a rare collector's masterpiece. A flawless example of a 2015 Liberty 1 cent in mint state condition, MS-70, can command prices in the hundreds or even thousands of dollars, while an extremely rare error coin can skyrocket up to an astounding $779,352 depending on its rarity and demand in the numismatic market. The 2015 Lincoln cent was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, marked D; and San Francisco, marked S for proof coins. Each mint contributed millions of pieces to circulation, but only a handful have survived in pristine, untouched condition. Proof versions from San Francisco are especially admired for their sharp details, mirror-like finish, and deep cameo contrast. Collectors often prize these coins for their artistic beauty and technical perfection. But the real excitement in the market comes from unexpected minting errors, those fascinating mistakes that escape the mint's quality control and end up being discovered years later by keen-eyed collectors. Among the most valuable 2015 Liberty 1 cents are the double die obverse varieties, where slight doubling on Lincoln's face, date, or lettering makes the coin stand out under magnification. Another valuable version includes off-center strikes where part of the design is missing, giving the coin a unique, misaligned appearance. Some coins have even been discovered with missing or weak mint marks, die cracks, or plating bubbles, each of which adds to their uniqueness and value. These are the kinds of details that can turn a regular penny into a life-changing discovery worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. In terms of composition, the 2015 Liberty 1 cent is made primarily of zinc, coated with a thin layer of copper. Since 1982, the U.S. Mint has used this copper-plated zinc composition instead of the earlier solid bronze mix used in older Lincoln cents. While this makes the modern coins lighter and cheaper to produce, it also means they are more prone to corrosion and wear, which is why finding a 2015 coin in perfect condition is so rare. Collectors and investors hunt for those coins that have escaped the typical scratches, discoloration, and blemishes of circulation. A coin preserved in mint state condition can be a true gem in the numismatic world. Let's talk about the market value and trends of the 2015 Liberty 1 cent coin. Values are influenced by a combination of factors: rarity, condition, demand, and historical significance. In the current numismatic market, a standard 2015 penny in circulated condition might only be worth its face value, but when you move into the realm of uncirculated or error coins, the story changes dramatically. Coins graded by professional services such as PCGS or NGC can fetch hundreds to thousands depending on their grade. For example, a 2015 D Lincoln cent graded MS-69 sold for hundreds of dollars at auction due to its pristine quality and sharp strike. But the ultimate dream for collectors is discovering a major error or unique die variation. These are the coins that reach astonishing auction results, like that jaw-dropping $779,352 figure for an exceptional 2015 Liberty 1 cent with an extraordinary minting anomaly. Today's collectors market is more active than ever. Social media, online auction platforms, and dedicated coin forums have brought numismatics into the digital age. Rare coins that once went unnoticed now go viral overnight when collectors share discoveries and record-breaking sales. The 2015 Liberty 1 cent has become a favorite among both beginner and advanced collectors because it's modern enough to be easily found but has just enough mystery and rarity to keep people searching. Even coin roll hunters, those who search through bank rolls of pennies, have reported exciting finds of near-perfect 2015 examples and unusual errors. The value of coins like the 2015 Liberty 1 cent continues to rise as interest in American coinage grows globally. Investors view these coins not just as collectibles but as tangible pieces of history that can appreciate in value over time. With the market price for rare error coins reaching hundreds of thousands of dollars, it's no wonder people are checking every penny they get in change. The combination of history, artistry, and hidden potential makes the Liberty 1 cent a symbol of enduring American craftsmanship and the thrill of discovery. If you're holding onto a 2015 penny, take a closer look. Examine the details under a magnifying glass or have it appraised by a professional. You never know, your seemingly ordinary coin could be a hidden treasure worth more than you ever imagined. Remember, condition and rarity are everything. A flawless 2015 Liberty 1 cent with a unique error or high-grade certification could easily place you among the few lucky collectors who have turned pocket change into a fortune. So next time you spot a shiny penny dated 2015, don't just toss it aside. Take a moment to appreciate the story behind it, a story of American pride, precision, and the never-ending possibility that a simple cent can change your life. From the humble beginnings of the Lincoln cent in 1909 to the modern-day Union Shield design, each coin carries a piece of our nation's history. The 2015 Liberty 1 cent stands as a modern marvel of minting, a connection between past and present, and a reminder that even the smallest coin can hold unimaginable value. Thank you for watching Rare US Coins.